Okay, now this is absolutely eye-opening because you get to see how people gravitate to ideologies, not because they genuinely believe in the ideology, but because of pragmatic reasons. And as long as the ideology benefits a person, they're willing to parrot even the things they don't agree with, up until the point the ideology starts applying to them. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about Scat Francisco. And apparently many people from the Silicon Valley are considering becoming Republicans. And this is not because of ideology reasons, as I mentioned. It's not because of the gays or migration or anything like that. It's simply because the Democrats in San Francisco want to pass a law which will force billionaires to pay a levy of 5% on their earnings, including asset seizures. So in other words, like all of these people who for the last 2 decades have embraced the altar of social justice and wokeness, and they place terms of service on social media about banning people that are against identity politics, banning nationalism, banning QAnon, banning MGTOW, banning like almost every movement that was grassroots, whether correct or not, that was coming from the right, was automatically banned. I mean, the people from San Francisco, they banned Donald Trump while he was still sitting president of the United States from every single platform, including those that he didn't have accounts on. And they have absolutely nothing but contempt to right-wingers up until a couple of years ago. And so you're telling me that all of a sudden, like they're going to throw all of the social progress under the bus. They're going to, throw the LGBT lobby. They're going to throw the environmentalist lobby. They're going to throw like everything under the bus simply because they're getting taxed 5%. And the answer is yes. Because that's how the world actually works. People do not believe in the shit they're saying. People gravitate towards ideologies because it serves them. As long as, we're going to ban hate speech and in return, Democrat politicians are going to do kickbacks to us, then it's fine. They don't care. They're going to ban the Hunter Biden laptop story. They're going to ban any negative conversations about vaccines or government mandates. They're going to ban anything that questions official narratives about environmentalism and shit. Like, they're going to comply with all of that. And they're going to pretend that they believe it, or some of them may even do, up until the point they have to pay 5% tax because they're billionaires. And look what they're saying. If it does or doesn't pass, it is the single most radicalizing red pill thing to ever happen to push them into the arms of the Republican Party. And I think it makes it clear. More than anything else that happens, it's not about helping the poor, but impoverishing the rich. Well, like this billionaire sounds just like me from 2014 when I was talking about social justice policies. I was actually saying, yeah, it's an ideology built out of spite. It's not about equality. It's not about uplifting the poor. It's about making everyone equal, but equally miserable. And now you have an actual billionaire parroting exactly what I was saying back then. And you have other individuals saying the vast majority of people affected by this are Democrats, including many of the biggest donors to the party. He said that unlike any other issue I've seen, this one has leopards eating faces element to this. But actual asset seizure was truly not something any of them expected. So he's basically saying that a lot of these billionaires from Silicon Valley, they're like long-time Democrat donors, and they view the fact that this new bill is going to affect their profits, and so they're actually willing to vote for the Republican Party. They don't give a shit about Jesus. They don't give a shit about nationalism. They don't give a shit about any of the other issues. The only thing they care is that the Republicans will not tax them 5% on their earnings. That's literally it. And they're willing to compromise on anything else. Anything else. Do you think they care about, pronouns in the bio now? Do you think like they care about the definition of what is a woman? Do you think they care about gay marriage or abortion? They are willing to sacrifice all of that if they do not get that 5% levy. And here's another example of people not caring about ideologies as long as it benefits them. Like, they will embrace an ideology that they can even disagree with, or that they can use it to moralize others, or that they don't have to practice, as long as they're making money. The moment they stop making money, they kick the ideology away. David Sachs, right? He is the one that broke the story. As you can see, he is the tech founder and investor, and he spoke with his billionaire friends, and they're basically saying that a lot of them are considering becoming Republican. And he says that play socialist games win socialist prizes. So, in other words, like, he positions himself as against this ideology, like he had the foresight of knowing that this will happen. But people point out that in 2023, when the Silicon Valley Bank was going bankrupt, and if you guys remember, like, this was the bank where a lot of people from Silicon Valley had their assets in it. It was like a huge ESG bank. It was like a sustainability grift happening there. And it was promoting corporations that aren't profitable, but they're like ideologically conforming. When that bank started going under, this is what David Sachs was saying. Where is Powell? Where is Yellen? Stop this crisis now. Announce that all depositors will be safe. Place SVB with a top 4 bank. Do this before Monday open, or there will be contagion and the crisis will spread. So again, like, the man that's against socialism, and the definition that the common folk are using on socialism is like the government is interfering in the economy, basically removing the free market. And so people that should be losers aren't losers because the government bailed them out with the taxpayer money. And people that should be winners aren't winners because the government prevents them with regulation. Like, this is the definition, the common folk definition that Americans use when they talk about socialism, right? So, like, David Sachs was against socialism, and he has the foresight. It's like, oh, well, the free market is better. When it actually benefits him, all of a sudden the free market isn't better. All of a sudden leftist policies are good. Like stopping the backers of the Democrat Party from going bankrupt is a good thing. Now that the Democrats are trying to put a 5% tax on billionaires, all of a sudden, look how bad the Democrats are, right? Like, the Republicans are the good ones because they allow the free market to exist. And so this is why you get, like, people who are hypocrites when it comes to ideologies. Because in America, ideologies come in packages, right? And usually you have, like, the main interest, which is to keep the oligarchs in power and keep them wealthy. And then you have the censorship. Like, how do you prevent people from speaking out against what's happening? And you have, like, the hate speech laws and the LGBT communities, and, like, you have the environmentalism to regulate, to make sure that other competitors don't get to the top. And so when you have, like, the billionaires believing in leftist ideology, they only believe it because it advantages them. And they will definitely pretend that they care about gay marriage, and they care about abortions, and they care about other shit that they probably don't talk about it in their life at all. But they will enforce it, because that's like the censorship arm. And this is why it seems like they're hypocrites. Because in reality, they use ideologies like a complex tool. And when the tool doesn't serve their interest, they're going to move to the right. And I'm willing to bet you may actually see Silicon Valley billionaires that will start donating to Republicans, and all of a sudden they find Jesus. Some of them may even convert. And they will say, oh yes, like, pornography really bad on the internet. Let's get age verification going. Let's have people show their IDs when they go on Twitter. We need the AI to be more safe and blah, 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 right? Like, you're going to see this. I guarantee to you, within the next 10 or 15 years, all of these people that used to be Democrats, if this law passes, right? Like, that's the only thing that matters. If this law passes, they're going to become Republicans. And they're going to start talking about, yes, absolutely, Jesus is important. Borders are extremely important. Just let's get legal migration. Let's get H-1B visas, right? Like, we can stop the people from Venezuela coming, but we still need the H-1B visas. That's the ideology, and there are going to be a lot of them that are going to start funding the Republican Party, and they're going to become Republican members. And then things will switch. You're going to see the left arguing for free speech, arguing for literally every single thing that we talked on this channel since 2014. Why do I think it's going to happen? Because it already happened. It already happened in history, right? Like when you had the Clintons, then you had the Bushes, then you had the Obamas. Like this type of flipping ideologies, people going from one party to another, has happened in American history and will keep happening. And the people at the top, the ones that actually donate money, the ones that are actually wealthy business people, they don't really care about the social issues. All they care about is the bottom line. And if they can find an ideology that justifies cracking down on their competition and preserving their wealth, they're going to embrace that ideology. Doesn't matter if it's religious, if it's not religious, if it's a different religion. They will just patent whatever needs to be patented. And they will have strict enforcement so that the people that maintain their wealth remain in power. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.